And this is only just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of stuff that's been identified as being a component of wisdom. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, well, so much of this has to do with what social workers do, what we think about, what we hope to become, what we hope is to embody. If there's ever a potting soil that's made to have the seed of wisdom put in it, it's the pot that's made up of social workers. The main things about wisdom is it's about learning how to see. Seeing what we simply ignore and don't see.
That every child is born with the spark of the divine, and that every child is full of original blessing. So when you are at work for social justice and you encounter people whose inherent worth and dignity is not being respected, or whose belovedness is being undermined, then in a way your work becomes clear to nurture that spark of the divine within with the tools that you have at your disposal. Now maybe your tools come from social work or psychology or sociology. Perhaps mine come from organizing and ministry and the arts. But the project has some similarity, which is really to nurture belovedness, to really understand that if you are calling for the inherent worth and dignity of each person, there will be consequences when injustice is present.
We will walk hand in hand, we will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand, and together we'll spread the news that hope is in this land, and they'll know we work for justice by our love, yes, they'll know we work for justice by our love.
There is a pattern, and in coming to understand the nature of mind, the nature of the feelings and emotion, we can harness the potential for waking up in each moment. We can find a way to remember what helped us get out of the jam the last time, and what could potentially help us to wake up again and again.
So, social justice is at the heart of Catholic practice and faith, right from the start. The early Christians were very much concerned about social service. And it was their faith that they served God by serving one another. And that this service did not extend just to the family or the tribe, but it extended to strangers, even to one's enemies. And so when you go to some of the writings of the early fathers of the church, like St. Ambrose, he would write, God has ordered all things to be produced so that there should be food in common for all, and that the earth should be the common possession of all. They were very communitarian, they were very socialist, if you will.
I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you. Oh, my soul, rejoice. Take joy, my King, in what you hear. May it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. And I found a piece of peace that day. And I found a shadow of shalom on that day. And I'm here to tell you that if we saw those trees for what they really were, what they really are, we would recognize that this right here, this moment where I'm being tempted to go my own way, it's actually a moment where behind that second offer, it's an offer to not trust God, to not choose God. Behind that is God calling to you, to us, saying, come back to me.
So I don't know what mountaintops you've reached yet, or which ones you're climbing towards. But Barack Obama definitely did it in 2008, and I'm sure you will too. The last verse is about you. Rosa, she said, Martin, he marched, Barack Obama, he did run. I have a dream, and so do you. Yes, we can make them true. Our place is here. Our time is now. Our place is here. Our time is now. For we are moving. We are flowing. We don't jump now. We never will. Lord, am I ready? I am learning. My place is here. The time is now. My place is here. The time is now. My place is here. The time is now.
It was fascinating for me to hear that story through that lens. It's given me a lot to think about. Thank you very much. You know, I feel I'm a teacher, so I'm wanting to have a little small group discussion. You know, can we all get in small groups and have a conversation about what we just heard? But so do that informally. I'm thinking, okay, the first 3 questions would be.